You and I were joking earlier about, unique homes.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes unique is great and it's like, oh, wow. But it can narrow down the field. So are there things where you walk into a home or to a possible listing and you're like, we need to address those?
There are all sorts of different things that I see, but time and time again, it's probably more about the seller's personal possessions, maybe having too many of
Oh,
them.
yeah, you got to get those out. Yes.
Yeah, we've run into some hoarders from time to time, or not hoarders, maybe collectors.
Collectors.
So it's not about the house so much like, oh, we've got to change this out, because you can change anything out.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the stuff that we see that we might not want today, it's actually an easy fix. So whether it's lighting, whether it's plumbing fixtures, and that type of thing. But yeah, it's more about the condition of the home and, really just getting rid of people's stuff. Because, us as humans, whether we've got 500 square feet or 5,000 square feet, we tend to fill it up with the space that we have. But yeah, I mean, we've sold some unique properties, from waterfront compounds to legitimate castles, full of medieval paraphernalia, but, sometimes you just find, older homes that they can also just really benefit from a refresh. Paint, carpet, the basics really go a long way.
Yeah, I suppose with a castle, though, you just got to lean into that one. It's like, this is a castle.
This is a castle.
There's only so many people who are going to want that.
They get a lot, like you said, they get a lot of attention, the unique ones, but there is just a smaller group of people that may be interested. But when we sold that one, we sold that as a castle. We left about 95% of everything, in it, decorated. It came furnished like that. And very rarely do I like a seller to be in front of a buyer and a buyer's agent. But this is one of maybe 3 times where I'm like, no, this guy's actually going to do a better job than I am. And I'm more than happy to have him, there on some tours.
Yeah, probably a unique person. Like, this is my castle. I'm going to sell it to you, which I love.
Being a unique person would be an understatement for him. But he was fantastic.
Talk a little bit about, we didn't get into this so much last time you were in, but you guys have a really interesting concierge service that you offer to your clients. Tell me what that is and how it works.
So that is our Listing Boost concierge service. And what that looks like is, I guess a lot of people don't know where to start with their home. Like, hey, I've been in my home for, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, or, I never fixed up my home to begin with. And they're looking for what are some, low cost, high return repairs that they can do. So we're going to come in, number one, and we're going to inspect a home, do a pre-inspection. We're going to find out all those little hidden bugs that, a buyer may be concerned with. And if a seller wants to do some cosmetic updates, whether it's flooring, whether it's lighting, countertops, even a kitchen, we're going to help guide them through that. So the Listing Boost concierge service, what we can do is we can project manage those rehab projects. We have a list of contractors and preferred vendors that we like to work with and have a ton of experience with. And we'll take that off a seller's hands. We'll go ahead and run that project for them. And we even have some options where they can pay at closing out of their net proceeds.
Oh, so if they don't, because I think that's one of the things, if you're like, I need to do these things to get a better price for my home, but I don't have the money to do it. You guys can help with that.
We can absolutely help with that. So if you've got a project that you want to do, but you're afraid about not being able to front those funds, that's where we can come in and bridge that gap.
Oh, that's awesome. And so where is that money coming from? What's on a closing? Or sometimes you were telling me you might even step in personally.
There are a couple different ways that we can do that. Number one, there are a number of contractors that we work with, we essentially do volume with, where they will accept payment at closing. Okay. So that's number one. If it's a smaller project, I'm just going to, if it's a smaller project and the contractors aren't taking payment at closing, I'm just going to front that and get reimbursed at closing. And then if it's a larger job, then we have another funding source that will be like a home equity line of credit that you can apply for and get it in about 60 seconds.
Oh, that's amazing. Is that unique to you guys? Is this something that every real estate agent does?
This is not something that everybody does. This is pretty exclusive to what we do.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool.
Well, it's just a part of the value add that we bring to the table. And I grew up, I'm a son of a builder, and I've done a lot of flips over the years. So this is something that's really in my wheelhouse. This is work that we actually like to do. We are seeking this out and just have found that there's a lot of value add that we can bring to sellers.